want to talk about back in the days when I was growing up. We used to be on text messages and stuff with friends, girlfriends, whatever. You used to give that person time. But it's 2020 now, and I'm trying to do an assessment compared to like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You don't give those people the same time as when I was coming up around 10, 15 years ago, because everyone is preoccupied with social media and everything. So for example, before, when you used to get bored, you probably would say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna text my girlfriend or text my friend or something like that. I'm bored. But right now, when you say I'm bored, you just say, you know what, I'll scroll through my timeline on Facebook, or I'll check out Instagram and look at people's posts and stories and stuff like that. So that it's a replacement that happened. So before, when you used to want to text that important person, that got replaced with, now I'm just gonna check my Instagram story, or I'm gonna check my Facebook page. So the replacement happened, which may not seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal, because this is 24 hours, 7 days a week now. Before, constantly you would text your significant other, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your friend, whoever, somebody that's important to you. You would constantly text them throughout the day. You'd probably exchange like 1,000 texts, I don't know, like 500 texts, something like that, 100 texts. But now it's like, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah, and then you go on Facebook or you do something else. So those 24 hours are being occupied completely different than when it was 15 years ago when I was growing up. And that means there's a distance. That friendship, before there was that bond, that real close bond, I could tell you everything, you could tell me everything. But now that bond is kind of broken because you're preoccupied with other stuff like social media. So you don't know about that person's details as much as you used to know about it. And a lot of people don't even want to share their personal details. They just zone out. They're like, all right, whatever, I'll just get over it and I'll just browse through the social media thing. So that connection that we once had growing up, it's kind of lost. It's not as strong. We don't really know each other as deeply as we used to. And we don't have that that desire to be as close as we used to be with one another and tell everybody every little detail, because everybody's occupied with their own thing now, with their own social media and just their own thing. Like so much technology, so many apps, everybody's just occupied with their own things now. So nobody is really as close as they used to be. And the thing is, it's only gonna get worse. That's what I'm saying. As the days go by, the more distance people are gonna be, the more relationships are not gonna be as close, and it's gonna slowly drift away and separate. And I can see it happening already in 2020. I can't imagine how it would be like 5 years from now, maybe even 2.5 years from now. You just never know. It's gonna get worse. So me personally, I'm on social media a lot too, but I discovered this is really poison. It's actually a poisonous thing. So what we need to do slowly is try to drift away from social media. That way we can get back our connection. If we drift away, like maybe I'll uninstall Instagram app or Facebook app. Maybe I'll log in once a week. So if I could slow it down, then I would have more time how I used to. And I could be more occupied with more important things, more priorities. That is an important step, because I feel like as human beings, we always want to evolve with technology. We want to go head first, deep inside the technology. And we don't think backwards. We don't think like, okay, no, I want to live how I used to live. we always go forward. So sometimes, because it's harder to just put a stop and go in reverse, because you're fighting your own desire and your own temptations. So I think that's important for us to try to make that step, that stop. We have to make that stop. We have to take that step, and then we have to try to slowly go backwards, because then we'll see, we will get our life back. We will get most of our that goodness that was in your heart. Of course, you still have goodness in your heart, but I notice technology sometimes takes you in a different direction from that original goodness. So if you go backwards, it's like you're going back to that goodness, and you're getting your heart back almost, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna leave it at that right now. Subscribe for more videos and stuff. Maybe I'll talk about some more stuff.